In a quiet coastal village where life depended on the sea, two young fishermen were known not just for their hard work, but for their unbreakable friendship, Ethan and Leo. They were the same age, but life had shaped them differently. Ethan was warm-hearted and emotional. He cared deeply for people, especially his family. But he had one weakness: he was impulsive. His curiosity often led him to act before thinking. He followed his heart first and logic later. Leo was calm and steady. Responsibility had matured him early. After losing his father, he became the quiet strength of his family. His mother, younger brother, and sister depended on him. He thought carefully before every decision. Together, they balanced each other. Every morning before sunrise, they took their small wooden boat into the sea. Fishing was not just work, it was survival. Ethan's father was severely ill and unable to work. Leo's family relied entirely on his earnings. The sea was their livelihood, until the day it almost took everything. One morning, distracted and exhausted, they forgot to secure their boat near the mountain shore where they usually fished. The current was gentle at first, almost kind. They didn't notice the boat drifting. Hours later, Ethan looked up and his heart dropped. The shore was gone, the cliffs were gone. They were surrounded by endless water. "We've drifted too far," Leo said quietly. The wind grew stronger. The waves became unpredictable. By nightfall, they were lost. Back home, panic spread quickly. Ethan's mother stood at the shore long after sunset, her eyes refusing to leave the horizon. Leo's little sister kept asking, "When will he come back?" Fishermen searched with lanterns. Boats scattered across the dark sea. No sign. The ocean remained silent. By morning, their boat struck a massive rock formation rising from the sea. They were stranded. While searching the rocks, Leo found a glass bottle wedged between stones. Inside it, an old, hand-drawn map. Ethan's eyes lit up with hope. This could be our way out. Before leaving the boat, Ethan carved a deep symbol into the wood. "If they find this, they'll know we were alive." Even in fear, he believed in hope. They walked for hours following the map. The sun burned their skin. Their bodies weakened from hunger. Finally, Leo sat down heavily. "I can't go further," he admitted. Ethan looked at him, not impatient, not reckless, but concerned. "Rest here, I'll try to find something to eat." Leo nodded. Ethan disappeared behind towering rocks. Time passed. Too much time. Leo's heart began to race. What if he fell? What if something happened? He stood up, anxiety building. "Leo," Ethan came running back, smiling. "I found it," he said breathlessly. "Found what?" Leo demanded. "The island. It's hidden behind that massive mountain ridge." Leo frowned. "We've walked here all day. There's nothing." "I'm not lying," Ethan said firmly. "Come." They walked around the giant mountain, and then Leo saw it. An island hidden perfectly behind the ridge, green trees glowing, a river flowing gently, mist wrapping around it. It looked unreal. Hope filled their chests. They stepped closer. And just as their feet touched the sand, the island vanished. No sound, no warning, it simply disappeared. Both stood frozen. "This island appears and disappears," Leo whispered. They waited. Hours later, it appeared again. This time they entered. The island felt unnaturally quiet. They found a cave hidden behind thick vines. Inside, the temperature dropped. Darkness surrounded them. The path narrowed dangerously. On one side, a deep drop into darkness. A small stone slipped from Ethan's foot. They never heard it hit the bottom. Further inside, the ground suddenly collapsed under Ethan's step. Cold water rushed through the passage, rising quickly. "Climb!" Leo shouted. They scrambled onto higher rocks just in time. If they had hesitated, they would have drowned. At the end of the cave stood a massive stone door carved with symbols. The torn piece of their map fit perfectly into the center. The door opened with a deep rumble. Behind it, gold, diamonds, ancient treasures untouched for centuries. Ethan felt excitement rising. Leo felt responsibility. They realized something terrifying. The island appeared for 5 hours and vanished for 5. If they stayed too long, they would disappear with it. They took only what they truly needed. Nothing more. As they ran back, the ground trembled. The island began fading again. They jumped out just seconds before it vanished into mist, gone like it had never existed. Meanwhile, villagers had found their carved symbol on the broken boat. Hope returned. Search efforts expanded. When Ethan and Leo were finally found walking weakly along the shore, their families ran toward them. Tears, relief, gratitude, they had come back from something impossible. Life slowly returned to normal. Ethan's father began treatment. Leo's siblings smiled again. And one quiet morning they returned to the sea, the same boat, the same nets, but different hearts. Leo took the folded map from his pocket. "If we keep this," he said softly, "one day we may return out of greed." Ethan held it for a moment. Memories flashed through his mind. Then he nodded. Without regret, Leo tore the map into pieces. Together, they let the fragments fall into the ocean. The sea swallowed them. If destiny ever wanted the right people to find that island again, the sea would decide, not them. Ethan threw the fishing net into the water, not chasing treasure, not chasing magic, just honest work. As the sun rose over the horizon, the ocean turned golden. They didn't need the island anymore. They had already gained something greater: wisdom, integrity, and a friendship stronger than temptation. And so they continued fishing, working hard, living honestly. Sometimes, when mist rolled across the sea at sunset, they would exchange a quiet look, not of longing, but of gratitude, because some treasures are not meant to be kept. They are meant to teach. Learn some words from this story. One ephemeral meaning, lasting for a very short time. Example: the island was ephemeral, it appeared for a few hours and then vanished into the mist. Two, resilient meaning, able to recover quickly from difficulties. Example: even after being lost at sea, Leo remained calm and resilient. Three, treacherous meaning, dangerous and difficult to deal with. Example: the treacherous waves almost destroyed their small fishing boat. Four, uncharted meaning, not mapped or explored before. Example: they sailed into uncharted waters far beyond their usual fishing route. Five, relentless meaning, continuing without stopping or weakening. Example: the relentless wind pushed their boat farther into the ocean. Six, profound meaning, deep, meaningful, or strongly felt. Example: the adventure left a profound change in both Ethan and Leo.